Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. I just wanted to give you a quick update on what's been going on with the Guppy experiment. And so far I've had some pretty interesting results with my algae blooms. In my stress-free gravel tank, the algae blooms are, I don't know if you can see them, but they're really light and speckled. They're just kind of barely there. Whereas in the stress-free sand tank, it's definitely larger. And again, the colors of these stress-free guppies are really rich. They're not nipping at each other at all, really. Whereas the stress tanks, they're really nippy and their tails are really getting eaten up. I have had some fry drop recently, and their holding tanks are getting really dirty, so I'm going to move them over here in just a second. But these came from this particular female right there, and I have had a parasite problem with my stressed gravel tanks, and I've had to move one male and one female over, and I went ahead and dosed all of my tanks today with this particular brand of medication. It was the only one that they had at my local pet store, and I'm kind of glad I did, because I've had, from what I understand, a tapeworm come out of one of my females in one of my main experiment tanks. And I will show you in just a second, but she had one fry come out in the middle of stressing, and I've had them together for a little bit, but since she's had this parasite just come out, I just quickly snatched him up and moved him over here and kind of letting him acclimate to this new water. But I don't have filters on these little fry tanks, because no matter how much I tried, it just seemed like they were gonna suck them up. This is what I had, and I had them plugged, but it just wasn't working, and they weren't holding the heat that well, so I changed over to these little tanks, and they are registering the same temperature as the other tanks. So it seems like it's gonna work out a little bit better. But let me walk over here to the stress tanks, and I will show you that right there came out of that female. And I had left that one fry in her in here because I thought she still had more fry in there. Maybe she gave birth prematurely because of the stress of the experiment, but maybe she just had a parasite. And this female right here was the one that I was actually concerned with, because her tail has gotten so small back. Let me see if I can show you right there. That little spot has gotten really skinny over the last little bit, about 2 weeks. So, and I did introduce another male and another female into this tank because I didn't think those two were going to recover in time. But the medicine, it's a teaspoon for every 20 gallons. So I did 1/4 of a teaspoon and put it in the back of the filter and let it filter in. But the stressed tanks on the sand has this whole area has an algae bloom, whereas this one, it's still speckled, but they're definitely larger than in the stress-free tanks. And since these guys probably go to the bathroom more often since they're stressed, that's probably why these algae blooms are larger. And again, his tail is more nipped. He's starting to lose the coloration that he had developed. He was getting 2 stripes on his tail, and now they're definitely dulling. They're not as vibrant anymore. But I wanted to show you this really quick before I got it all cleaned up. And it seems like that medication's doing really well. I didn't know anything about that brand, and I honestly didn't have too much time to research. I just wanted to get the water treated and cleaned up. And since these little holding tanks were getting really dirty, I wanted to get the fry moved over and get them measured. I was trying to take pictures of them with the ruler, and it seemed like they ranged in size from about 0.7 to 0.9 in the, let me go over here, where as her fry, that one, he was a lot larger. He came out more close to 0.9 than the other ones. And he's been around for about a week, and he's already starting to get those little iridescent flakes on his body, so he might turn out to be a male. Whereas these guys were born just a few days after, and they still are really small. But there are some in here that's slightly larger than the other. But I just wanted to kind of give you a little update on some of the results that I've been finding, and give you an update on the parasite problem that I had encountered. I had initially started treating them with the fungus clear, but that's not for parasites, and so I had to get something more specific. It seems like that's more for like a bacterial infection. So I just wanted to keep you guys updated on the process, keep you up to date. If you guys want to subscribe, track the process, leave a comment, like, share. The feedback's definitely helpful, and I do appreciate it. So thank you so much. And again, thank you for watching.